The one thing that's killing me, so Emancipation is Antoine's masterpiece. And the idea that they might be denied because of me is like, it's like that is killing me dead.
This past whole year has been pretty chaotic if you look at all that has been going on in the Hollywood industry. And while there have been a lot of things that caused the ruckus, there was one special event that we just cannot forget. And yep, you guessed it right, it was the entire Will Smith slapping Chris Rock episode. But hold up, it looks like there is some more news on the subject. So without further ado, let's look at how Will Smith compares his role in Emancipation to the Oscars, claiming that he's the victim. But before we continue, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel so I can bring you the hottest tea every week. Just recently, a reflective Will Smith spoke with Trevor Noah about Oscar night and the reasons he slapped Chris Rock in front of millions of people.
No, I was gone, dude. I was gone.
Will said that the anger shown at the Oscars was pent up for a long time. While promoting his new film Emancipation on the Comedy Central program, Smith revealed an emotional anecdote about trying to explain his actions to his 9-year-old nephew after he won his first Oscar.
He is the sweetest little boy. He's like, we came home and it's like he had stayed up late to see his Uncle Will, and we're sitting in my kitchen and he's on my lap and he's holding the Oscar and he's just like, "Why did you hit that man, Uncle Will?"
Smith has sought to justify his actions by pointing out that you can never really know another person's motivations or struggles. Will said that he was the one who had it the worst that night and hence should be seen as the victim. Upon turning to face the Daily Show audience, he said that despite his personal problems, he was well aware that they provided no excuse for his actions. Smith added, clutching a tissue,
"We just gotta be nice to each other, man. It's like, it's hard."
His memories of being a child while seeing his father beat his mother also surfaced at that time. Definitely not the kind of person I aim to be. Several times, Noah sought to defend Smith by arguing that everyone is human and that the actor's behavior on Oscar night was not representative of who he is. Noah also addressed the constant bad press he and his wife, Jada Pinkett, have received. Smith cried his eyes out because of it. Smith's appearance on the late-night program was the first time he'd spoken publicly about the event. Smith acknowledged to Fox's 5's Good Day DC reporter Kevin McCarthy that he understands not everyone would want to watch his new film in light of the events at the Oscars. Smith told McCarthy,
I completely understand that if someone is not ready, I would absolutely respect that and allow them their space to not be ready. My deepest concern is my team. Antoine has done what I think is the greatest work of his entire career. The people on this team have done some of the best work of their entire careers. And my deepest hope is that my actions don't penalize my team. At this point, that's what I'm working for.
On December 2nd, cinemas began showing Emancipation, and on December 9, it was available to watch on Apple TV+. Plus, Will Smith has come forward and explained how Emancipation gave him a new perspective on the entire slapping debacle. Will Smith often found encouragement from the words sacred motivation placed on the first page of his screenplay during the production of Emancipation. But in recent months, the Oscar winner has relied even more on the word as he sought to overcome the fallout from his Oscar slap and exclusion from the celebration. The film was shot over the course of many exhausting months, long before Smith stormed the Oscar stage and smacked presenter Chris Rock for making a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Smith plays Peter, a man trying to escape slavery while using his wits to avoid slave hunters and brave alligator-infested Louisiana marshes. The role was inspired by a famous 1863 photograph of the scarred back of whipped Peter, and it did wonders for him in recovering from the whole slap incident. photographs of whipped Peter from his medical checkup with the Union Army were published in Harper's Weekly. There was a painting called The Scourged Back that depicted the horrific whip scars that Peter's captors had left on his naked back. The image helped bolster the rising movement against slavery. All of it showed how Will Smith must have been taken into a whole new frame of mind for the filming. And as the star cleared up while he geared up for his new role, it must have become clear to him that what he did on stage to Chris Rock was super wrong. After receiving criticism, memes, and a 10-year ban from the Oscars, Smith claimed that his role taught him a lesson in perseverance. Even though he won his first Academy Award for Finest Actor in King Richard later in the evening, the slap seemed to overshadow his momentous achievement. Smith was shaken by the criticism, but Peter eventually guided him back on course. Now, isn't that what good friends do? Stay by your side even when you're the most skeptical of yourself? 10 points for Peter for sticking by Smith's side.
Peter has absolutely helped me through these last few months.
Smith remarked in a recent interview, one of his first since the Oscars. After accepting his suspension, he apologized several times for his behavior, and that clearly shows that the man regrets his actions. Maybe the public should soften up a little. Like, Chris Rock himself did not press any charges, and if he is not being mean to Will, then who are we to be doing all the negative things? With any luck, Emancipation will get Smith some Oscar hype. He can still be nominated for and win prizes, but he won't be able to pick them up in person because he has a 10-year-long ban. Smith is hoping that despite the response to the slap, people would still go and see Fuqua's picture. Maybe if the people ended up liking the movie, maybe, just maybe, they'll be more inclined to forgive Will for the weird and rude stunt he pulled at the Oscars.
The movie was so grueling. Everybody had to devote a hefty amount of suffering to what you see on that screen.
Fuqua acknowledges that Smith made a mistake, but he is hoping that viewers would overlook this. The filmmaker considers Emancipation, which follows Peter as he fights for his release and tries to reunite with his family, to be a more significant tale than the slap. Peter's story is so inspiring, especially as a black man. We go through a lot of things daily, just being black, said Fuqua. Known for directing Training Day, Equalizer films, and The Magnificent Seven, he claims that his next film will address the persistence of racism in the United States. As Fuqua put it, "For me, it's a mistake for Smith to strike rock on national television. It is Fuqua's prayer that everyone may find their footing again and that everyone is blessed by God. However, we're talking about 400 years of savagery here." Peter's wife, portrayed by Binghua, lauds Smith for his resilience and determination in the face of hardship. Smith hosted private screenings of the film for a wide range of notable people in order to promote it, including Rihanna, Tyler Perry, Dave Chappelle, LeBron James, and the rest of the Los Angeles Lakers, and the students at Morehouse College. The overwhelming amount of encouragement he received from those people allowed him to breathe a sigh of relief. For Smith, the more he reflected on Peter's experience, the more confident he felt in conveying the development of his character. He stated,
I feel very comfortable in this current situation with this project, with these people. I feel cleansed, purified, and transformed in many ways. And as one of the lessons from Peter is, suffering leads to salvation. I am comfortable taking my medicine.
So what do you think? Did Will learn his lesson, or is he just saying all of this so that he becomes more likable now that his movie is out? And if you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.